What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Wave podcast here at the Culture Wave Media Network, and we are back in the beginning of January for one of our most exciting and anticipated episodes for the whole year. It is our most anticipated films of 2026. We're recording this as of January 5th. Really excited to talk about all of these upcoming movies that are coming out this year. It looks like it's going to be a banger of a year. So many great movies coming out. I'm going to be one of your hosts for this episode. My name is Darian Scalamoni. I am joined this time by Liz Seiko.
What's happening?
And Mark Iacobino.
I'm honored to be here. Zach, I promise I'm not going to let you down taking your spot for the first time on Culture Wave
This
since
is
we started.
This is a historic thing.
I feel the weight. I feel the weight.
We're very happy to have you. We're excited to talk about all these movies. This is a podcast that I really hope everybody in the comment section, let's generate a lot of buzz. There's so many movies coming out this year. I want to hear what you guys, the fans, your top 10 list might be. Think about it. Write it in the comments. Let us know what you think about our lists. Maybe you like them. Maybe you hate them. I have a terrible history with these lists because 2 years ago was a movie I put number one was The Instigators, which I still haven't seen to this day, and it was terribly reviewed. And last year, my number one was The Drama, which got pushed, and that's coming out this year. So I have terrible luck with these lists. Hopefully the same doesn't happen this year. I have a feeling that I might have played it a little bit more safe this year, but also movies I'm still really excited to see. So before we get into our lists, though, we always start with a couple of honorable mentions. It's a big year for movies. There's a lot of big things coming out. Do you want to start with your honorable mentions, Liz?
Sure. We're just going through them.
Yeah, we could just run through them. If you want to say why they barely missed or whatever. It's up to you. You let us know.
I thought I had 5, but I actually only have 4 on my list. So I'm just going to go through them. I have Fokker in-laws.
Okay.
I think this is how they're pronouncing it. Werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? They're not making it like a fancy.
The new Eggers movie? Yeah.
The Social Reckoning.
Okay.
And then I am excited for Wuthering Heights. Just
Okay.
to see how their chemistry
I felt like that's
continues
another
with
one
them.
too, because we're recording this in January. It comes out in February. It's like I don't need to anticipate that much because
I
I
know.
don't have that much of a waiting period. So I get that as well. Mark, do you got your honorable mentions ready?
I do. So I couldn't find a release date, but apparently Godzilla Minus Zero is slated to come out next year,
yeah.
which I'm really excited for because Minus One was incredible. So very much looking forward to that if that comes out this year. I have Whitney Springs, the Trey Parker and
That one I
Kendrick
think
Lamar.
is going to get pushed again, but yeah, that
Okay.
it looks great. Obviously, just the premise of the movie.
Great premise. I think that's a really great pairing. Sunrise on the Reaping, I think, is a pretty cool movie. I mean, I didn't even see the last Hunger Games movie, but I loved reading the books, and I think Haymitch is a great character, and Jesse Plemons, Ray Fiennes is in this movie, so very much looking forward to that one. Spider-Man, Brand New Day. I'm kind of out on superhero movies, but Spider-Man can always get me in the theater. And then finally, Behemoth, Tony Gilroy returning to theaters with his directing and writing, Pedro Pascal, David Harbour. I'm really only going because of Tony Gilroy, because of how incredible he was with Andor. So those are my honorable mentions.
Nice. Behemoth just missed my list as honorable mentions as well. But I'm really excited for this year. There's a lot of stuff. The Michael Jackson biopic that made my list last year. Too much time in between. It got bumped.
Okay.
The John Madden movie, just because I'm so interested in Nicolas Cage playing one of the most iconic figures in football ever, and David O. Russell's one of my favorite directors, even though he's an asshole in real life. Saturn Return, which is the new movie from Greg Cuidar, who co-wrote Sing Sing and Train Dreams. So I'm always set for him. Spider-Man Brand New Day, also on my honorable mentions. Ridley Scott's new movie, The Dog Stars. And finally, Ruben Östlund's The Entertainment System is Down. Just missed my list as well. So those are the honorable mentions. For you guys, if you haven't seen these previous episodes, what we do is we start at each of our 10s. And if, let's say, I'll give an example. So if I had like Werewolf as my 10, I'll say hypothetically, and Mark had it at his 4, when I would say my number 10 is Werewolf, Mark would say Punt. And then we would get to the full-fledged conversation and discussion around that movie when we got to Mark's number 4. So that's the way it works. Those are the rules of the game. And we hope you guys are going to enjoy this episode with us. But I always love having this conversation.
I know, I'm excited.
So I'm excited. Should we go in order? I feel like we typically do. Okay.
Hit us with your number 10.
My
DJ.
number 10 is Resident Evil.
Punt.
Okay.
Wow.
So we're starting with the punt. Okay. So
Okay.
Resident Evil, my number 10. We'll get to it later. Liz, what is your number 10?
I feel like this is gonna be a pun.
We're gonna have so many puns.
It really is. Disclosure Day.
That's a pun.
Okay, I figured.
Okay, Mark, you're 10.
Okay, I think I'm clear on this one. I don't know if you guys will have this on your list, but Famous, starring Zac Efron.
But it sounds great. So
I haven't heard anything, so please, what are we talking about?
Okay, all right. So Famous is from A24, starring Zac Efron in a dual role he's going to be a famous person, a celebrity, a famous actor, and then there's another person that looks identical to him, and he moves to LA to impersonate him and take his life. And it's based on a novel by Blake Crouch of the same name. I was introduced to Blake Crouch last year. I read Dark Matter, which was incredible, and Recursions. I like that book as well. I think he does a great job of having these existential horror type situations, and he's a great thriller writer. And I think it could really translate to a movie. I know he has an adaptation of Dark Matter with Joel Edgerton on Apple TV. I don't know how that ended up, but I think if they can nail this, I always find stories where someone takes someone else's life to be really scary. Personally, I think that's a really interesting concept. And Zac Efron was incredible in Iron Claw, so I think seeing him with a dual role would be really cool.
Yeah, I was just gonna echo with that. So this movie was filmed a while ago. This was filmed I think 2 years ago.
Okay.
So they've been sitting on it. They've been waiting to, I guess, kind of fine tune it and make sure that it was gonna be the right next project for Zac Efron, who, I mean, I thought he was completely snubbed for not even being in consideration for a nomination for Iron Claw.
Yeah.
So coming off of that, because I don't think he's done anything since then at all, unless I'm misremembering. But him being completely out of the spotlight to then coming out and being like, I'm going to play 2 roles in one movie. And such a, that's a juicy premise, especially for a thriller and an A24 movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of up your alley too, Liz. I feel like you'd be interested in that kind of movie.
I'm surprised I haven't heard of anything yet with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, the other dual performance that we both really loved was Twinless this year.
Yeah.
Dylan O'Brien. And so listen, as long as Zach can make them different enough that it actually feels like he's putting in work, I'll be sat with you guys.
Okay.
I'm there for it. I'm there.
All right. My 9 is definitely a punt for Mark.
Okay.
My 9 is Project Hail Mary.
Oh yeah,
That's a punt.
Big punt
for Mark. I know that.
Okay.
So what is your number 9?
My number 9 is Mother Mary.
Okay, not on my list.
Not
on your list.
No.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Honestly, I'm a very big fan of Anne Hathaway's. I feel like I have been for a very long time, and I am just excited to see her kind of take on bigger roles. I feel like she for a while played the girl next door, the very sweet and just kind of everyday person, and I feel like now she's really starting to get into these bigger grandiose roles. And so this is the description of this. Long buried wounds rise to the surface when iconic pop star Mother Mary reunites with her estranged best friend and former costume designer on the eve of her comeback performance. It's gonna be a musical/music, so I don't know how much you guys will love it, but I'm there for every
A24
musical.
though.
I know.
Right?
And
that's big.
and I think it's gonna have a much darker twist to it. Yeah, and I'm excited for it.
So David Lowery directs this, if I'm not
You're correct.
wrong.
You're
I
not
love
wrong.
The Green Knight. I think that movie is very underrated, and I think that he kind of captures that darker gothic tone, more akin to what I would like to see in my gothic stories compared to Robert Eggers, which I know I'm in the minority when it comes to that. I'm one of the only people I feel like that I was like, Nosferatu was fine, and everybody else adored it.
I loved it. I loved it.
But so David Lowery, I like what he's able to do with the way he kind of handles those stories. I also love Anne Hathaway, and I think it's cool to see her kind of I would have loved to seen Anne Hathaway in 20 years doing The Substance would be awesome.
Crazy, yeah.
So it's getting to see her do something like this. I am excited about it. It didn't make my list, but I am going to be seeing it when it does come out in theaters. Mark, anything for you?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for this when I saw Hamnet, and I was like, that isn't up my alley, but if it gets really good reviews and you guys really love it, maybe I'll
let you
check
know.
it out.
I'll let you know, Mark.
Please do.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so Mark, you're number 9 now, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
my number 9 is Resident Evil. So
okay,
I took your thunder. So
punt.
please,
Talk
you
it.
go.
Well,
you go.
So there's only one reason this is on my list, and it's Zach Cregger. So I saw Barbarian after it came out, obviously. And I really enjoyed that movie. And Weapons, which we haven't recorded our top 10 episode yet, but I will spoil the fact that it's in my top 10. And it's the movie for me in 2025 that grew with me the more I was away from it. Like when I saw it in theaters, I was like, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a little overhyped. It's a really good movie, but like it's being talked about like crazy and it's making so much money and everyone's like, it's the greatest movie ever made. And then as I like kind of took time away from it and I thought about the themes and I listened to some conversations with Zach and I listened to conversations with Amy Madigan and other members of the cast like Josh Brolin and Julia Garner, I was like, this movie sat with me more than a lot of other movies, especially horror is not my genre. So now getting to see Zach Cregger do like the most iconic horror video game ever as an adaptation, but also the way that he's basically describing the movie. He's like, yeah, he goes, I just wrote a movie because I was inspired by the games, but literally nothing about the games with the canon of it is in my movie. And he also cast, like the cast for this movie is not big names, which is intriguing. Paul Walter Hauser's in this movie, who I think is great. Austin Abrams, who was in Weapons, is in this film. I believe, I forget who, Zach Cherry from Severance is another one of the lead characters. So it's just like, if I'm going to have a horror movie on my top 10 list, I'm kind of seated now going forward with every Zach Cregger movie in theaters, regardless of whether it's horror or a different genre. So that's why it made my list at 10, but you have it at 9. So you're even anticipating a little bit more. So why are you excited for it?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same thing that you said. Zach Cregger, I will be seated for every movie now that he releases. Resident Evil, I'm familiar with the game franchise. I played Resident Evil 4. It's great. I love the tone and atmosphere. I think it has a lot of lore that he can pull from. It is an anthology type series, so it's not like always as linear as maybe some other series. And he did mention that it's going to be a very straightforward story. Like he's not trying to do these big twists that he's been doing with previous movies. So I think if he can bring his, horror acumen to this really beloved series and treat it with respect, and then also put a little bit of his flavor on it, especially with his humor, because there is some like campy humor in Resident Evil 4 that he could probably play with for his movie. I think it could be really great. So, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Liz, I know you are still a fan of Weapons, obviously, but this one didn't make your list. But are you excited to see it? Or were you hesitant because it's a video game?
Yeah, hesitant because it's a video game and I just don't have, like, it doesn't have the lore for me besides connected to Zach's name. I think there was just also not enough, like, about the story yet, or like for anybody that doesn't know the video game, like, okay, what are we doing? Like, what's the storyline? I don't think enough's been put out for me to put it on my list because there's so many other films coming out that I'm very excited about. This one just didn't make my list. Yeah. But hey, if you guys tell me when you see it that it's a good one, I
still feel like you're going to be there opening weekend because I know you really enjoyed Weapons as well.
Yeah, I thought Weapons was really great. I don't know though, because like I think I just have a little bit of a rough edge with like video game things right now
because of our coverage of The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, like I'm a little jaded.
I get it.
So we're gonna.
I totally get it. It's understandable. It's understandable.
So
okay.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I might go 3 for 3 on punts, but we'll see. Okay. My number 8 is The Adventures of Cliff Booth.
Not on my list.
Okay.
Not on my
all
list.
right. The Adventures of Cliff Booth. This is the sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that nobody thought was going to happen. And there's a couple films I have in my top 10 that on paper, I know there's a lot that can go wrong. Let's start there. I am aware that this could be a disaster. The reason I don't think it's going to be a disaster is because Brad Pitt, it's not that he's necessarily always selective with his roles, but he has offered everything under the sun. And he won an Academy Award for this performance as Cliff Booth in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And if anyone else was directing it that wasn't Tarantino other than David Fincher, who is directing the movie, it probably wouldn't make my list. But not only is David Fincher a terrific director in my eyes, but he also has worked with Brad on 2 amazing movies with Seven and Curious Case of Benjamin Button. So I'm intrigued to see where they're going to go with this. I like that based in the set photos that I've seen, that it's very much playing into a lot of the things that made Once Upon a Time so special.
Mhm.
I like that the rest of the cast in this film, like Elizabeth Debicki, I love. I think she's super underrated.
Yeah.
Yahya Abdul-Mateen, I really like. The one dude who was in Anora that all of us loved, the one mobster, the older guy, you know what I'm talking about? He's in this in a supporting role.
Oh, the old. I know who you're talking
The
about.
older guy that's trying to get
Yeah.
the kid back. But so I like that. It's that. I like that Tarantino wrote the script, because the only other thing that I've seen Tarantino do where he didn't direct it is actually one of my favorite movies of all time, which is True Romance. So there's a lot of things for me that I'm at least willing to give it a shot. It's going to Netflix, which is interesting to me.
Very interesting.
I just think that might have been a politics thing, because he wanted Fincher to direct it, and a lot of studios were probably like, well, if you're not directing it, Quentin, then we're not taking it. So we'll see what happens. But interesting. It is going to be a Netflix release, but it's my number 8. And neither of you guys have it on your list, which I'm a little surprised about. But again, I know that it could go terribly. It could.
I didn't know this was happening.
Okay. So you didn't know this was happening.
No, I had no idea this was happening. Yeah, I'm a little like interested on why Fincher's directing it, and like what that whole conversation was of why Tarantino didn't want to. But you know what?
Is this a prequel or is
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
So he becomes, based on what we know of the story, it says showcases more of, well, it says backstory, so maybe it is a prequel.
Okay.
But it says it showcases more of Cliff Booth's backstory in his new role as a Hollywood fixer.
Okay.
So he's playing a
All
fixer
right.
for people in Hollywood. Timothy Oliphant is back from Once Upon a Time as James Stacy, so maybe he is his fixer,
Okay.
where he does a job for him. Holt McCallany, also from Mindhunter, who worked with David Fincher, is also in this movie. And I think the Fincher connection is probably, if I had to guess, when Quentin came to Brad and he was like, I want to do this and I have this script, and he's like, but I'm not going to direct it because I need to only direct 10 movies.
That's
Brad
true.
probably was like, I'm only doing this if you let me pick who's going to direct it. And obviously he's had a lot of success with David Fincher in his career. So that would be why I would think.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, you like Once Upon a Time
Yeah.
in Hollywood,
Mhm.
but kind of wait and see, I guess, on this one.
We'll see. I'm also a little bit like why are we like still going based off like that? Like, why are we feeling the need to like regurgitate like
And continue.
and continue like a film that was already, in my opinion, like done? Like
Yeah.
that story, that world was good. But if they feel like they have a strong script, bring it to us and we'll see what
We'll
happens.
say. Mark, you have anything on this? Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah, I liked it. I'm not as high on it as most people. I think there's great scenes in it, but I don't think it as a movie really works for me because there's not really a narrative. It's just kind of like we're just watching their careers kind of falter out. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how David Fincher's aesthetic works with the very like stylized 60s Hollywood aesthetic.
Yeah.
That seems very odd pairing, but you know, he's obviously a master, so who am I to
It will
to
be
judge?
interesting to see kind of how he handles it. But that's my number 8. Liz, what is your number 8?
My number 8 is The Hunger Games: Sunrise
Okay.
on the Reaping.
Didn't make my list, but it was also
Honorable.
in consideration. Yeah.
I'm hyped for it. I'm just a big Hunger Games fan. I've already read the book. So really they could give us like a loading pile of poop and I would still be really excited to see it. But I think that this is going to be a really good one just because the book for me was already just very well done. I think it is hard because it is like we already know the ending essentially of Haymitch's like story, so
Right.
it is hard to pull off something like that because that whole anticipation of like, well, is he gonna die? Like we know he doesn't because he obviously goes on in the world of the Hunger Games. So I'm interested to see how they can keep the tension like in the film, but yeah, I'm excited just because I love this world.
You want to talk a little bit more about it too?
Yeah, I wanted to potentially read the book. Liz, you would recommend? Good
I
book?
would.
Good book?
Mhm.
Okay.
Especially if you're a fan of it, like it connects a lot of the history of the characters together.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like the trailer. I think the aesthetic of it looks different than the original 4 movies. It's a lot like brighter neon kind of colors, which I think is a cool change. And they said Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson are returning for this for some like
I think it's gonna be like
flash forwards.
I think it's gonna be like a flashback or like a random thing. But I love that they're gonna come back for it.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll see this one.
I think the cast for this might be because you're including Jennifer Lawrence and Hutcherson, it probably is the best cast they've ever assembled. But just like even a lot of the actors that are playing like some of the tributes are like people that are like leading movies right now. So I'm excited for that. I mean, Kieran Culkin in Hunger Games is so
I didn't even know he was in it.
Yeah, he's playing Caesar.
He's playing Caesar.
Oh, cool.
Jesse Plemons is like great casting as Plutarch, I feel. And there's a lot of other great up and coming actors Iris Apatow is in this, Elle Fanning is in this, Glenn Close, Ray Fiennes. I mean, it's an unbelievable cast. So it didn't make my list, but I am very excited to see it in theaters, and maybe we'll have the same group here doing the review for it.
I'll cover it.
Yeah. So that was your number 8, correct?
Yes, that was my number 8.
Mark, what is your number 8?
My number 8, I don't think you guys will have, but it is Wildwood, which is a new stop motion film from the studio that brought us Coraline and Kubo and the Two Strings.
Get out of here.
Yes. So not on my list, but so impressed with what we've seen with it so far because it looks unbelievable.
Yeah, they've done like a featurette that shows the technology that they put into this one of the main characters is this eagle that flies over, this land that they're exploring. And the amount of detail and effort they put into the animatronic and how much love is put into this, if you watch the featurette, it's online. It's just kind of jaw dropping to see what they're doing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But yeah, Coraline's one of my favorite movies. They haven't released a movie in a long time, so they've really been cooking with this one. And I think the story seems really interesting. It's like a dark fantasy of kids going to find their little brother in the forests of like northwestern US. So there'll be like monsters and they'll have like a dark aesthetic and dark tone. But these guys are masters of stop motion, and I had to bring some animated pics for today.
Yes, you did.
So I was very excited to see that this was slated for next year.
I'm really excited for this movie because the featurette really did like take my breath away. Just seeing the work of the bird is like unbelievable. It's massive. It's just it's crazy. Coraline is another one of my favorites. It's one of those movies that it just sticks with you. Like it's the first time you see it, you're like kind of haunted by it, and then you're just like, I want to just like go back into this world all the time. It has like all the stuff like it does to an extent has like that Tim Burton aesthetic. Like it's just like that kind of story and like that kind of mosaic that like he would be able to lay. Like it just does such great work. So I'm excited for this movie. Didn't make my list. Might have made my list. I kind of forgot. Was it on that list that I sent you? It wasn't.
I don't know if it was.
Because I don't know if it's... but it is. I think it is coming out next year.
Yeah.
Damn. It might have made my top 10 if I realized. Because I forgot that it was actually coming out this year. But
oh my God. I knew something about a movie coming out more than Darian. That's
crazy.
It's the first time ever.
We all have blind spots. You're excited for it as well, Liz?
Yeah, I had no idea. Another one, guys. You're just...
putting you on.
Mark's doing his research,
you guys
bro.
Doing everything for me right now. I love Coraline. Like, truly love that movie so much. So I will absolutely go and see this when it comes out.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
All right. My number 7, I don't think it's a punt for you, might be a slight punt for you, is the drama.
Punt.
Okay. It's a punt. What is your number 7?
My number 7 is Narnia.
Not on my list.
Oh my God.
Okay, and I'll explain why. I knew this was gonna happen.
Oh my God.
I saved it for the pod, everybody. I knew this was gonna happen, and I will explain why. But I would love to hear. I know why you're excited for it.
Yeah, it's Greta.
Of course.
What do you mean? Like she did the Lord's work with Barbie. Like she's gonna
100%.
do amazing stuff with Narnia too. So I'm just excited to see like the world that she builds. Because it's also, I don't know, we've just been knowing about this for so long. Like I feel like my hype, I'm ready for it to see what her brain does like with the world of Narnia and the characters.
You're a fan of the original movies, or no? Okay.
Yeah.
So I have no reference point. I've
never seen
I've
it?
never seen a Narnia movie in my life.
My God, DJ.
Liz, you've seen like 4 Marvel movies.
Yeah, but that's different. That's way different. There's like
Narnia is
5,000.
high art.
Yeah,
There's like 2 good Narnia movies. There's like a million Marvel films
that are all really not all.
that are all
No,
really
no,
good.
they're not.
They're all really good.
They're not. Okay, so I always get worried when I hear so many stories of production issues, and I've heard way too many with this movie that
Like
it scares
what,
the shit
though?
out of
like
me.
what? Like like
I think it's a number of things. I think that one, I'm gonna be honest. I think once Greta did, like, Barbie was something that she was so inspired by
Mhm.
that that's why she was able to elevate the product. And I think she's a great director. I'm not saying that this movie's not going to be good. What I do think is that I think that Netflix made her an offer and she was like, yeah, I'll do this. And I think she instantly regretted it.
Wow, what a statement.
I just think that she's meant to do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But like Lady Bird and Little Women are like, I think Barbie's a good movie. I think it's a really good movie. I think Lady Bird and Little Women are superior, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And I think that she wants to do more personal stories. It's a lot. Like the world of Narnia is a lot. I don't think she's interested in doing that. So I'm like nervous about the hesitancy. It reminds me of like Chloe Zhao with Eternals. Like, and I like that movie a lot. But a
Mhm.
lot of people were like, yeah, I don't really, and she's never talked about it. Like she doesn't talk about the movie anymore. She didn't talk about it when it was being made. She didn't talk about it after it was done. And I think it was just understandably so, girl, get that money. Because then it was a whole issue then too, where when she signed up for it with Netflix, they were like, well, it's not going in theaters. She's like, well, I'm not doing the fucking movie if it's not in theaters. So it's like, I am worried about the movie. That's why it didn't make my list.
I'm staying positive,
Okay.
and I believe in Greta.
I believe in her.
I believe in Greta.
I believe in her abilities as a director. I'm worried about Netflix and Greta. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
The
but
same way
like,
people could be worried about Netflix and Cliff Booth is what I'm worried about with Netflix and Narnia.
yeah, but like you could say the same thing about like Frankenstein that they just put out,
That's fair.
because it's for me it's kind of on the same playing field as Narnia. in
The
a
only
way.
reason I feel a little bit different with that is because Guillermo's had a long-standing relationship with Netflix for a while. He made 2 other movies, a series, and an animated series with them before he did Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Greta, like, again, she's made for like Barbie is a perfect example of why her movie should be in and I'm glad Narnia is coming to theaters. Like, I'm excited to see Narnia in IMAX, but it's also like, what if they then decide, okay, we're only going to give Narnia a 2-week run? Then it's
Well, that's what the world could turn to.
It could.
For everything.
it definitely could. It definitely could. But
Mhm.
again, I think
I still think she's gonna deliver us something very good.
I think so too.
I don't want to completely say it's gonna be the best film of like the year, but I
Best
think
movie that she's ever made. Too.
no, I
Okay.
don't know if I would say that just right off the bat. But again, they haven't put anything out yet about this.
Yeah, it's true. Nothing.
So then it's also hard to decipher because like we
haven't
didn't even
seen
see
anything.
the only promo picture is just the word Narnia.
it's fair.
So
Mhm.
hard to speculate, but I'm excited.
Okay, Mark, what are your thoughts? Because
Yeah.
we talked about this a little bit
Mm.
off screen because I think you had said, and I was surprised by that. Again, another piece of information you told me about, and maybe you can
This
Wow,
might not be
Mark
true, but I think I
is
saw it.
prepared.
that it might have like it might be part musical.
Like there's musical elements to it. I think I saw somewhere.
And that just makes you guys
No, that's
Hate it
that's
right
that-
away.
No.
Well, musical elements worked in Barbie.
yeah.
They did.
No. I saw that there was some musical elements to it. The reason I don't have it on my list is we don't have too much information on it.
Mhm.
We haven't seen
Fair.
anything. I do like that it's not a retelling of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and that it's like going back to the creation of the world of Narnia, which I think is cool because that's the story I'm not familiar with. So
Yeah.
it will be a new experience. It's not just like a reboot of something.
Yeah.
So I am excited for that. I think who is it? Meryl Streep is playing Aslan, or who's playing Aslan?
I think it is.
I think it is Meryl.
Yeah, so I think that's a
Double
cool choice. I think that's a cool choice. The metaphorical lion god is Meryl Streep.
It's a great
yeah.
cast.
Yeah, no doubt. I think Greta will do a good job with this. I just need to see more.
I think I'll feel better when I see a trailer.
Okay. Or I'll feel worse.
It's
It's
we'll
one or
have to
the
say- we'll
other.
have to
It's
say.
either you feel better or I feel worse.
Great cast though. Daniel Craig, Meryl obviously, Carey Mulligan, Emma Mackey, Denise Goff from Andor
Oh, cool.
is also in it. And there's some young leads as well, right? That we're gonna have to see how they do because there's obviously kids in the main story.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, but I don't know.
For the original book.
See, like, I don't know what storyline, like, I don't know what the story actually is going to be focused on besides, like, Narnia coming to life,
Gotcha.
kind of.
Okay.
Yep.
Which is why I'm
still
also excited.
I'm still
because
excited
it's not
for
just,
it.
like, a regurgitated story.
Yes, I agree. Okay, that was your 7.
Yeah.
Mark, your 7.
All right, so my 7 is Disclosure Day, so we can start talking about it because I think
Do
we can talk about it because it's my number 6.
Oh, wow.
I thought
okay.
someone
It was my number 10.
Okay, so we punted.
So the first
now
one that's
first
on
one that's
all
on all 3 of our lists.
Now he's
all right, here we go. But
Yay.
it's your turn, so you talk about it.
Spielberg blockbuster, aliens, great cast. That's pretty much
That's it.
How could you not go and see this movie?
The trailer was also awesome.
Yeah.
The trailer was awesome. If you don't watch this channel and this is the first time you're finding us, I'm also obsessed with anything Coleman Domingo does. So anything he's in, I will see it. But Emily Blunt, man, has been killing it recently.
Josh O'Connor.
Josh
cooking
O'Connor,
right now.
dude. If you haven't seen Wake Up Dead, man, Josh O'Connor,
One of my favorites of the year.
oh, dude, and he's just so good in the movie. Yeah, Aliens, like you said, a great cast, an awesome trailer. It's also filmed for a week in my favorite town in New Jersey, Cape May. Shout out. So I'm really excited for this one. Liz, it also made your list. Why are you excited for this?
The trailer, I loved it. I stopped watching it though about like halfway through because I was like, I don't want to like see too much, but I love a good trailer and I hope that the movie lives up to the hype of the trailer. And yeah, I mean, you have kind of like an A-team going right now with it. So I'm hyped for it.
Spielberg's cooking, dude.
Yeah.
He's cooking with
When's the last kind of sci-fi movie that he did?
I mean, you can say Ready Player One if you're considering that. But otherwise, I mean, a lot of the stuff he's done recently has been a lot more personal. Like he did The Fabelmans.
Yep.
He did West Side Story. The BFG isn't even really that kind of vibe necessarily. Tintin. Like he hasn't done like War of the Worlds is the last like real sci-fi thing he did, and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
Yeah, so
this
this is a big one. Obviously, dealing with UAPs and UFOs
Mm-hmm.
in today's world too is going to be really interesting.
I like that they're doing it as a summer movie too. In June it's coming out. I like that versus holding it to like the end of the year.
Like for like awards, yes,
yeah,
totally. Yeah.
I think it's smart placement.
There's a lot of good movies coming out in like the middle of the year.
It's smart.
Other ones,
Try to get that money from the summer viewings.
Yeah, definitely. So that was my number 6. So you that was your number 7. That was my 6.
Okay.
What is your 6?
I highly doubt this is on either of yours.
And I already have a guess on what it is, but I'll let you just tell me.
Would you like to guess it?
Do you want me to guess it?
No, I'll just say it.
And I'm gonna tell you if I thought it was what it was.
The Moment.
No.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
not what I thought.
Okay.
There's another movie coming later that's definitely on your list.
I would have been shocked if it was on either of yours. It's Charlie XCX's like documentary / not documentary about her, and it's supposed to be like fictional about a pop star that's like navigating like industry and fame. And I love her. I love her music. I think she's really smart, and I like how she's entering into like the film world right now. I also really like how she came out in a interview and was like, yeah, everybody wanted me to do like a documentary of just like following me around on tour, and like who wants to see that? And so she's like, so then we ended up writing like this crazy fictional like kind of documentary because it's still footage of her on tour, but it's supposed to be like a character. So whatever. I think it's like gonna be really cool, or it could be really bad. It's one or the other.
Could be another weekend movie.
This
Hurry up tomorrow.
My PTSD is that I don't know if I can see a movie led by a musician for the next 10 years unless that musician is Lady Gaga. I just don't think I can. I just don't think I can do it. But I did like the trailer a lot. I thought the trailer was fun. It played into a lot of what her personality is. And we've had this conversation, I think, off camera, but Charlie XCX is like fully engrossing herself in film. Like
Fully.
she is like, I think she has like 4 movies coming out in 2026. And like she's worked with a lot of different directors now, and she's doing
like sound design. She's like helping on all the music now for like a ton of films that are coming out.
Yeah, and she even like last year she was in She was in an Amazon show. I believe it was called Overcompensating, and I only saw the scene from it, but she was hilarious in it. And she had this little movie, A Tiff, that I didn't get to see, but I heard was great. So I give her props, man, because she's like really diving into it. I think it's little bit better than A Weekend Situation.
I hope it is.
But I have so much PTSD from that movie. I just don't. But I'm excited to see it.
I just hope it's like her going off the edge, like just doing tons of drugs and just like spiraling.
That'd be fun.
That's what I want. I just
and not
really
too
want,
serious.
No,
like,
I don't want it to be like, and now I'm gonna tell you, like, I've figured out life. Like, no, I don't want that. I want to see her spiral. Yeah,
I'm here for it.
That's what I'm here for.
Mark, are you a Charlie XCX fan?
I do enjoy some of them.
Okay.
I do. 360 was a bop that I was playing.
Party girl.
Yeah, constantly. Yeah, I would check this out if it gets some good
A24
reviews.
too.
But didn't they do Hurry Up Tomorrow too?
Oh, they might have.
I don't know. A24 is attached to so many
It's
things.
true.
Like
They're
I feel
getting
like
bigger,
it isn't
yes.
like a piece of pride anymore because they have nothing against A24.
No, I
but
get
it.
the
It
bigger
is.
you get, the more movies
It's
you
true.
put out, the
It's
more
true.
stinkers you put out. It's like, okay, well, an A24 movie doesn't sound.
It doesn't
the
have
same.
the same luster. Is that the right
Luster,
word?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that-
lost
that-
its
As it
Yes.
did like 7 years ago.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
When they were only putting out like 2 movies a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But still interested to see it. Should be fun.
Yeah.
That was your 6.
6.
Your 6.
My 6. I'm curious if this gets punted, but Peaky Blinders and Mortal Man.
Not on my list.
Not
but
on
I
my
am excited
list.
for it.
Oh, really?
I haven't finished the show, so I can't.
Okay.
I have 1 season left.
I see.
So
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, Peaky Blinders, amazing show. Cillian Murphy. When I was watching that show, I'm like, this is the best actor on the planet. And then he gets Oppenheimer, and I'm like, there you go.
There he
now,
is.
now everyone else sees it. I will say I was a little disappointed by season 6, the final season that was released. It did feel like an incomplete story because they were setting up for a movie, which I didn't really love. I also think some of the storylines kind of didn't resolve as well as I wanted them to, but I really did like what they were building up with the fascism, rising in England and how that's affecting him in Parliament, and it became a more global show. So I thought there was a lot of cool threads that were open, and this movie I think is billed to be the final chapter, like the end of the story. So that's why I'm excited for it, because now we can finally get some closure on all of those plot threads. And I think with a movie budget, the show already looks incredible for a TV show budget. Now with a movie, it could be bigger. It could really lean into its aesthetic more, I think. So I'm looking forward to this one. I think this will be really fun, and it is getting a wide release, or is it only Netflix?
I think it's only going to be streaming.
Never mind.
Well, I will say, so it comes out March 20th. I think this is going to be probably the best movie of the first quarter of the year. The talent attached to it is crazy. Rebecca Ferguson joins. Stephen Graham, I don't know if he was in one of the last seasons, but he's in this as well. Barry Keoghan is new. Tim Roth is joining the cast. Jay Lysergo, who actually did Killian's last movie, Steve, that I just saw on Netflix. He's also in the cast. I mean, it's a great cast. It's the same. Stephen Knight is writing it, which is great. So you have the reliable kind of person coming in, and Tom Harper's directing it. So I'm sure it's going to be a really great movie, and I have to catch up before March because I'm excited. I like the series a lot. Have you ever seen the show, Liz?
I have not, so I will not be watching this movie
You do a
until
big
I
binge.
binge it. Until
All of it.
I got a lot of things to watch,
There's a lot of big movies coming out in 2026.
A lot of big movies.
Okay, so that was your number 6, Mark.
Yep.
So we made it to the top 5s. Okay. My number 5 is Digger.
Not on my list.
Not on my list.
Okay. Alejandro Iñárritu's new movie. We got the slightest tease of teases, and I don't need to see anything else from this movie.
Wow.
Because it's a dark comedy with Tom Cruise working with Iñárritu, and that pairing is enough to get me seated. Like, Birdman is this movie that it's another one that, like, as the years go by, I'm like, this movie's
Brilliant.
fucking awesome. This
Yeah.
movie's so good. And what he did for Keaton, I really think he's going to be able to do for Cruise in a very similar way. And not that, I mean, Keaton kind of was a little bit away from the spotlight. Tom Cruise is kind of always in the spotlight, but getting to see like a disheveled version of Tom Cruise, along with another great ensemble. Riz Ahmed's in this movie, John Goodman, Sophie Wilde. I believe Sandra Hüller also might be in this, if I'm not mistaken. So the cast is awesome. Inarritu is a terrific director. And just seeing him and Tom Cruise together, I'm just really excited to see what they're going to be able to cook up. I also think it has an awards type release date, which makes me think, okay, they have a lot of confidence in what this movie is. So I'm really excited for it. And yeah, that's my thoughts on Digger.
I really want to I want this movie to change my mind about Tom Cruise. I get it. He's done a lot for the industry. He's like a huge star. I just see him as Tom Cruise though when he's on screen. I do not see him as like his characters, and that's I think what's maybe taking it away from me after I saw this trailer, as I was like, just Tom Cruise, do another Tom Cruise movie. So I hope it's wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's great. I hope that it levels up for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this movie. I do want to see more dramatic work out of Tom Cruise. I know this is obviously a comedy, but it's not a big bombastic action movie, which I think I've seen people say like this next chapter of Tom Cruise's career is going to be this renaissance of dramatic
because there's no more
roles.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to it. I like Birdman. Revenant, I was okay with. You know, it was like incredible to look at, but you know, it's
movie
kind of a snooze a little bit. So Inarritu's kind of a hit or miss director for me, but it seems like an interesting premise. So I'll check it out if the reviews are good.
Yeah. All right, that's my number 5. Liz, your number 5.
My number 5, I think, is definitely being punted. Dune 3.
That's a punt.
Yeah,
That's a punt.
I figured.
All right. Wow, number 5.
I've got a lot of other things.
Okay. Your number 5.
Liz is gonna punt this one. Mandalorian and Grogu. Liz, are you gonna be checking that one out?
It's my number 1.
That's right, Liz.
So
That's
shocked.
right. That's right.
All right, Mark, as the big Star Wars fans in the room,
Yeah.
convince me in why this is in your list. We've had some conversations about Mandalorian, obviously, on the channel, but
it was lower on my list, honestly, but over time, I just had to reconcile with myself that I'm the Star Wars guy. I have to put it in my top 5. And to be honest, I don't have high expectations for this movie because I think a lot of things are happening with it that I'm like, I don't know how good this is going to be. I very much feel like it's just the 4th season of The Mandalorian crushed into a movie. So the trailer looked like a TV show. And, you know, the first trailer should be something that impresses you, and it really didn't. So I would say my excitement for this is just the fact that a Star Wars movie is back in theaters after 7 years on break. And a Star Wars movie doing good in theaters is good for the industry. So I want this to be a fun adventure that captures the magic of season 1 again. But I'm also very, very nervous for it. And Jeremy Allen White as Jabba the Hutt's son is the most glup shitto thing I've ever heard in my life. And the fact that I have to tell people that that's his role, I just know they're rolling their eyes. I know they're like, really? You're going to watch a movie like that? And I'm like, I know it sounds stupid, but I don't know. Maybe. I'm curious what his voice acting
is going to be
premiere will be. I don't know if he's done voice acting before.
I don't know if he has. I mean, I'm a huge fan of his. Sigourney Weaver is also in this movie. The first 2 scenes of Mandalorian I adore. Yeah. So my only thing with it is just that, again, like you said, like we as Star Wars fans, you obviously being the biggest Star Wars fan I know, we know a lot about like how this even kind of came to be, and the fact that like they had a plan for maybe a 4th season of a show, and they go, well, let's just put it in theaters so we can like make some money on a Star Wars movie. It is true that the cachet of what that means is finally we get to see Star Wars on the big screen again after 7 years, which is like,
that's crazy.
Even when you think about it, it's like, I can't believe it's been 7 years since a Star Wars movie's been in theaters. But I have such a bad taste in my mouth from the last season. It's but I will be there opening weekend. I am still excited to see it. Just didn't make my list. Liz, I know that it's probably your number 2.
Maybe I'll see it for Jeremy Allen White. You never know.
As a Hutt.
As a Hutt.
Crazy. Have you seen any? You've seen Star Wars.
I've seen like the original ones. Like, what is it? 5 of them? 6?
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
But it goes like 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 or something like that.
And then 7, 8, 9 was how they were released.
So I've seen probably then 4, 5, 6.
And then 1, 2, and 3.
And
1, 2, 3.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when it started going off into other things, I was like, I think I'm good. But
you're a Pedro fan, though.
Probably a good
call.
Pedro leads this movie. Leads the
but do I need to like know? Like, do I need to have watched the show? You think to see this movie? Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because you
I
need to
mean,
know the
yeah.
relationship between Mando.
Yeah,
and
and
Grogu,
they're saying, "Oh no, anyone can come and watch this movie." I'm like,
It's
you're just saying
That's
that.
like when I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and had no idea what was happening because
You hadn't seen the first two.
I hadn't seen the first two, and I was like, "What happened?"
Oh,
to
all
her?
the stuff with Gamora.
I was like, "Where?
right?
What
Yeah.
happened?" Yeah, so fake.
Fake movies. Okay, so that was your 5. So now it's my 4, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. My 4 is The Social Reckoning. Not on your
Not
list.
Not on my list.
Okay.
That was on my honorable.
Okay. Oof.
Oof.
My favorite movie of all time is The Social Network.
Mhm.
Hasn't moved from that place for 16 years. I think it would take a lot for that movie to be dethroned. I am so incredibly nervous for this movie. So nervous for this movie. It has some of my favorite working actors in the industry right now as a part of it. Another Jeremy Allen White vehicle, Mikey Madison. First role after Honora is The Social Reckoning. Jeremy Strong has taken on the role of Mark Zuckerberg. Wunmi Masaku is in this movie. Bill Burr is in this movie. Aaron Sorkin is one of my favorite screenwriters of all time. Him as a director is very shaky. I don't know what to think about this movie other than the fact that I can't not have it on my list because it is a sequel to my favorite movie ever made. But I am incredibly hesitant on what it could wind up being. The only thing that has me excited is the fact that I always did feel that there was a sequel because of all the things that have happened to Zuckerberg post The Social Network, that there absolutely is enough to have a continuation of the Facebook story. Jesse Eisenberg not coming back as Zuckerberg ripped my heart out, put it on the ground, then stomped on it.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous. Same kind of vibes as I feel like you had with Mando and Grogu. I feel for this movie, but I will be seated opening night, and I'm somewhat excited but very hesitant.
How do you feel about Jeremy Strong being Mark?
I think that I haven't seen him turn in necessarily a bad performance in things that I've seen him in. I just think that Eisenberg did that so perfectly. I think it's like it genuinely is like the worst best actor selection over another one ever. And a lot of people say that, like historically, that he should have won the best actor Oscar. No offense to Colin Firth. But so having that role synonymous with Jesse to now going to Jeremy, who it's like, it's not, he doesn't even look he looks nothing like Mark Zuckerberg or Jesse Eisenberg. So I'm nervous. I like him as an actor, obviously. But yeah, I don't know because obviously he has to be such a big part of the story.
Yeah.
So I don't know. How do you feel about it? It was in your honorable mention, so I'm sure that you're obviously excited for it. But
I'm going to see it, definitely. Yeah. Just because I think I'm just as nervous as you are because, I don't know, there's something about it that isn't like meshing right now when you're like thinking of everything. And it could be because the cast is a little different than it probably should be.
And no Fincher, man. Fincher made that movie like the aesthetic of what that movie was.
Yeah.
Like that scares me honestly even more than Jeremy Strong. That scares me. The fact that he's not directing it scares me more than Jeremy Strong and Zuckerberg.
I think they got to go in a different tone. Like they can't try to replicate. They can't try to replicate it.
Yeah.
They kind of have to just go into a new film and just have it be kind of connected to it, but try not to like create what was created. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Mark?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like they can almost make it more of a satire of like the current state of the way kind of tech oligarchs are kind of taking over and piecemealing everything up. I think that would be more interesting than if they just kind of played it straight the same way that the Social Network did. But yeah, I think all of the things that you're mentioning are reasons I was not looking forward to this movie. Like Jesse Eisenberg, I think he would have been perfect to bring back in this role. And it just feels like the Cliff Booth movie, like a movie that, while I agree there's things to explore, it's like one of those unnecessary sequels where it's like, okay, are we doing this just because we want to ride the high of the Social Network name and be like, oh, we're making a sequel to that, when you could have just made a new movie and not had it connect to that? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I will wait and see on this one.
Yeah, I think it's fair. All right, you're number 4. Liz.
My number 4. I'm gonna be shocked if this is on either of yours. The Devil Wears Prada.
This is
2.
what I thought it was before. It's not on my list.
Not on my list.
Unfortunately, as you know, Liz, and I'm saving this for when we can do a reaction on the channel. I still have never seen the original movie.
I know.
So
I know. I know. You got to do a double feature, honestly.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it though, because I know everybody talks about how unbelievable the original movie is. So
It's okay. Well,
For
I
what
do
it
want to
is.
say, yeah. Wait, we're not talking like it's not.
it's not a critical darling.
Yes, but it's like low-key the editing in it. I kind of
It's
love
for the
it.
culture.
Like,
It's a movie for the culture. Yeah.
And it's inspiring, and truly, I've seen that movie, I want to say maybe 80 to 100 times in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's great. And the thing that I get really excited about, and is kind of going off of the film we were just talking about, is the fact that they're able to get every single person that was a major role in the first film to come back is incredible, because that means they all know how great the first one is, and they're like, you know what, even if this one's shit, let's do it for the people, let's give them what they want. And it's been a long enough time. It's
20
been
years.
20 years, and it could be bad. People are like hating on the lighting and like the coloring and like what the little snippets and like the little trailers were showing us. I don't care. Give me something entertaining. Give me Meryl Streep giving side-eyed Anne Hathaway, and give me some like really great couture clothing, and I'm ready.
I haven't seen the original, but I'm excited to see it. And I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for you,
Thank
Liz.
you. Thank you.
Mark, have you seen the original movie?
Yeah, I like the
Yeah,
original, and
Mark.
I will be seeing this with my girlfriend probably whenever
Yes.
it comes out. And yeah, I hope it's a good sequel. I hope it's not a cash grab, and I don't think it is if all these big names are coming back. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Is it the same creative team?
I actually don't know that.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
I'm curious. I feel like it probably is, but yeah, that when does that come out? That's a May, maybe? May release, April?
May 1st.
May 1st.
is what they're saying.
Okay.
Is what they're saying.
Let us know, Liz. What are you thinking? You're researching. We'll come back. That was your 4.
That was my 4.
Mark, your 4.
my 4 is a movie I've been waiting for a very long time, near and dear to my heart. Not going to be on your list. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Aang. The
Okay.
long awaited sequel movie to the masterpiece that is the Avatar: The Last Airbender. This has been in the ether for a very, very long time, and it's following the original characters as adults. They were children in the original series, and now they're adults, and just seeing them again on screen, I think, will be really cool, really exciting. I think there are a lot of things that have lowered my anticipation for this. One, Paramount announced that it's no longer getting a theatrical release,
Yeah,
which
it stinks.
is such a fucking dumb
Wow.
idea, because they could easily make hundreds of millions of dollars off this IP. And the second thing is, some of the voice recasting didn't make much sense. You know, they brought in Steven Yeun to play Zuko when the voice actor for Zuko was already an adult and still has like a raspy voice that could easily just be
Is it Dante
Tune-
Bosco?
yeah, Dante Bosco could just be tuned up to be an adult version of Zuko. I heard some things that they changed the voice actors to be more in line with the culture of the animated characters, which, I mean, for new characters do that, but it doesn't make sense to change iconic characters with iconic voices.
Mhm.
We'll see. But I can't not be excited for this. This is a universe that I absolutely love. The world building, the themes, everything is fantastic. So very excited for this movie, but I do have some reservations.
Yeah, I think they pushed it too, which actually could probably be a benefit for animation, right? It was originally supposed to come out in January, and then it got pushed to October.
It's been pushed a lot.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the original series, but I tons of people I know have watched it and love it. Hopefully I can catch up in time for October, because I've heard a lot of great things, obviously, about Avatar: The Last Airbender. But yeah, I know this was announced like in 2023.
It
Right?
might have been
That's
even
Earlier?
earlier, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Animation obviously takes such a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Spider-Verse movies too, and
Right.
how long they've taken. But do you have any reference point of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Liz?
No,
Or
I'm 0.
It's okay.
Sorry. I
We'll
have
get
no...
you. We'll get you on board
Yeah.
for the rewatches.
But 2D animation from a US studio in movie theaters is big, because Disney doesn't make 2D animation anymore.
Mhm.
All hand-drawn animation is like overseas, so I think it's important for
yeah,
a
it should-
US
it should-
based IP putting out 2D animation.
Yeah, I hope they change their mind again and decide to be like, it's gonna go in theaters.
Who
but
knows?
We'll see. Okay, so that was your 4.
4.
My 3 is definitely not on your list. It might be on your list, but I feel like it probably isn't. It is Avengers Doomsday.
No. Not on my
Okay.
list.
No, could you imagine?
Liz?
Could you
Liz?
Could you
Okay.
imagine?
Avengers Doomsday. Most nervous I've ever been for an Avengers movie ever, because the time from Avengers Endgame to this next Avengers movie has been catastrophic. A lot of Marvel movies suck nowadays, and there's a lot to this movie that can absolutely be read as a cash grab. There's a lot to this movie that can be read as nostalgia bait times a million. But I saw Steve Rogers in the first teaser and I got the chills.
Oh,
And then I
you
went
fell for
and
it.
then I went and saw Avatar Fire and Ash, and I saw the X-Men teaser in IMAX, and I saw James Marsden in a comic accurate Cyclops outfit, and I fucking yelled. I was excited. So I can't not have it in my top 3 because Endgame is such an important movie in my life. It is to me what Star Wars is to you, I feel.
Yep.
And so, and also just the fact that we're going to see Robert Downey Jr. as a different character in Marvel is so interesting to me. And he's playing the most villainous character in their comics history. So they're bringing the whole gang back, basically. We're getting the old X-Men. We're getting probably Tobey Maguire as Spidey. We're probably getting Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. There's so much that's going to come with this movie. It might be bloated, but I have hopes for it. So that's why it's on my list. Liz, I know that you're a big Avengers fan, and I know that Robert Downey Jr. coming back has you very excited, right?
I can't sleep.
That's why you wore that's why you wore green to the podcast today, obviously. Mark, you have obviously you've connected to some of the Marvel projects, but why did this not make your list? Because of all the reasons that made my list, probably.
Yeah. I don't have the childhood connection to superheroes and comics, so that's one thing that's not really moving me, especially with Doctor Doom, such an iconic character. I have no reference point for him. But yeah, it just feels like they're admitting failure with the past couple phases, and they're just saying, we tried to bring all these new exciting characters in, no one really vibed with them, so we're just going to bring back the old cast. And that's, I don't know, that just feels like a cop-out to me. I think this movie, because they're relying on bringing people back and then obviously bringing in the X-Men without really much setup other than, probably a couple teasers at the end of other Marvel movies, it feels like the first half of this movie is going to be just exposition, introducing characters, catching people up, and I think that's going to weigh it down a lot. So I will be seeing this movie, no doubt. I'm not looking forward to it like I used to look forward to Marvel movies. I loved Infinity War. That's one of my favorite movies. I think the culmination of all those years of work into Infinity War was amazing, and I think just Doomsday doesn't have that build up right now.
And I feel that. My best case scenario is that what Doomsday is for Secret Wars is what Dune was for Dune 2. It can be the real setup, and again, it's going to be difficult because Dune was starting from scratch, literally, and this we have so many characters that literally span 25 years, but that's my hope for it. So we'll see what comes of it. That's my number 3. Liz, your number 3.
The drama.
Okay, so this is my punt from earlier. You don't have it higher.
I don't have it.
Okay. Go ahead.
The drama. The drama. We've got Zendaya, Rob Pattinson. We've got
Christopher Borgley?
Borgley. We've got Borgley. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a really high intense comedy romance with a little bit of blood at a certain point.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's why foreshadowing
Logline.
for it. No, I'm really excited. I mean, Zendaya, I think what she's been doing on her work lately is just brilliant. I think every time she's doing a new role, it's slightly different than what she did before. So I'm a big fan of hers. Pattinson, I have this theory actually lately. Okay. I want to run it by both of you. He's starting to remind me of like a young Willem Dafoe.
I can see
with
it.
some of the roles that he's taking on and just how weird he gets,
He still does a lot. Well, yeah, no, I was going to say because Willem actually does a lot of big budget stuff too, but Rob is in a lot of big budget stuff. That's the difference.
so does Dafoe.
Yeah, I mean, he played Green Goblin, so
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, they have similar aesthetics.
Very similar. And it just hit me one day where I was like, I kind of see him going on that trajectory that
I think he's
Willem
more of a
did.
star. I don't know if
Willem's a star.
no
sir.
Willem is a fantastic actor,
He's a star.
Supporting.
but he's
Great,
never
yeah.
really led a movie,
Yeah, but
especially
Rob,
a
I
big.
would say, is more interesting when he's not leading.
Unless we're talking Batman.
Unless we're talking Twilight. Like,
Well, this is what I'm saying. These are big franchises. These are big franchises. The pairing of them is just brilliant.
I love it.
Like,
I love it.
Pattinson and Zendaya is so interesting to me. Christopher Borgli.
I know you're excited about seeing his next.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
so like this was my number one last year. It got bumped a number
I
of
can't
spots.
believe, yeah.
It just there's so many other movies that like were not even. They weren't even a thought in my head last year. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That I was like, oh, maybe they're coming out 2027. Things got moved. And again, like we got our first trailer for this movie, and it's not that I'm not excited for it. It was just not what I was expecting. So I
you
think
expected
that,
more chaos, or what'd you expect?
yeah, I think like I mean, it really does. I think this is going to be a very. It's going to be Dream Scenario. I think was really funny with a tinge of fucked up. I think this movie's going to be incredibly fucked up. I don't
Yeah.
know, like. There's something to it where I feel like I might see it and be like, oh my God, and really enjoy it and be like, I don't know if I can ever see this movie again.
I feel like this movie is gonna like have people be like, I never want to have a wedding
Exactly.
in my life, and I already went through that, and so like I'm now,
So now
on the
you
other
can-
side
yes.
and can be like,
Really.
yeah, I really never want to have another one.
Yeah, but I am excited to see it. This is an earlier release date as well. I think April 3rd.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, listen, the other thing is Zendaya is having
the
maybe
year
the
of years.
biggest year in the history of acting? ? She's in
everything.
everything this year, including the return of Euphoria
Yeah,
on television. So that's crazy. Mark, did you watch the trailer for this, or have you seen anything on the drama?
I did see the trailer. This just isn't my genre. So I mean, I think people that like this genre, I think it's going to be
Mhm.
right up their alley, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, which is understandable.
understandable.
Some of these movies are fucked up. I get it. That was your 3.
That was my 3.
Mark, your 3.
My 3 is Mr. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
That's a punt.
That's a punt.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
figured there would be some top spots for that.
My number 2 is Dune Part 3.
That's my number 2.
That's your number 2. Okay.
That was my number 5.
Your number 5. All right. Another Zendaya vehicle.
Zanny.
Timmy Chalamet might be coming off an Oscar. We're not sure yet if that'll be the case. I mean, the first 2 movies are fucking great, and the second one in particular was unbelievable. So obviously, this is one. Also shares a release date with Avengers: Doomsday as of right now.
That'll change.
That'll change. But yeah, I mean, like again, if you asked Darian 5 years ago what he's putting, and I'm putting Dune ahead of it. I mean, it's just so impressive. Denis Villeneuve is holy shit, man! Like what a talented motherfucker he is. And you have the additions. You get Rob in this one as well. You get more Anya Taylor-Joy. We're getting more Florence Pugh.
Yep.
More Léa Seydoux. So we're diving into a lot more with what we're gonna do with this. The only hesitancy I have and why it's not my number 1 is that I've heard that the book that this adapts is worse material. So I'm gonna be interested to see what Denis does, because I don't think they're going to be 100% accurate to what Messiah is, if I had to guess. But I'm still really stoked for it. But it was your number 5. It was Mark's number 2.
It was my number 5.
So
yeah, I feel all the same things as you guys do. Is this going to be the last one, you think? Or are they going to have another one?
My understanding is the books kind of go off the rails after
Okay.
3, or the second one.
So this could be like the final.
I think Denis said like this
This
he
is his
wanted to
last
finish
Okay.
here.
Got it.
This is his last one. I know there's another book called Children of Dune, which I bet they're going to make, but I just don't think. I think he'll probably just be an executive producer on it, if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I absolutely loved Dune Part 2. I didn't know the story of Dune, so I didn't know that the Paul Atreides turn was coming, where
Yeah, I
he
didn't
becomes
either.
the bad guy in
Yeah,
the
neither did I.
end, and the power corrupts him. I didn't know that was coming, so when that happened, I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And so now seeing the results of that a couple decades, or I think it's like 15 years, 20 years
Mhm.
later, seeing an older Paul Atreides, I guess as like a conqueror or, this dictator of the galaxy is fascinating. I don't know if, Zendaya's character comes back in a way as like a rebel against his empire. I'm curious to see more of that Florence Pugh and Timmy relationship, because we don't get a lot of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you see there's a lot more below the surface with her. So I think this is going to be really cool. I'm really excited. Unfortunately, I think the cinematographer is different. I think Craig Fraser is actually on
right.
Project Hail Mary instead of doing part 3, which, I mean, doing a lot of that with cinematography, but Denis is still at the helm. So I'm very excited for this.
It's gonna be a big movie. It's definitely gonna be a big one.
It's gonna be a big one.
You're number 2.
We have to punt again because I have the Odyssey.
Okay. And so is your number 2 Hail Mary? Project Hail Mary?
No, my number 2 is Dune 3.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so then I think we now have gotten. So your number 1 is Project Hail Mary.
Yep.
And Liz and I's number 1 is
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
No, the Odyssey
that was your number 2.
for me.
Okay, so that would be a punt. Yeah. So Odyssey, what's your number 1?
The Bride.
Oh, The Bride.
The
Okay. All
Bride.
right. So let's start with Project Hail Mary
Okay.
because I also had that on my list. I had it at number 9. You have it as your number 1.
Yes.
You came to me. Let's set the stage here, everyone. Mark has been with us since almost the very beginning. We're so lucky to have him. He has never come to me for a project that is not Star Wars or animation and said, I need to be on this podcast, except for Project Hail Mary. You read the book, I believe, correct?
Yep.
So set the stage for everybody. Why is this your number 1 of 2026, most anticipated?
Yeah, I read the book last year. I flew through it in like a week and a half.
Wow.
I think it's such an amazingly heartfelt, comedic, and also epic story that I think is very hard to pull off. And a lot of movies usually pick 1 or 2 lanes, but I think it succeeds in all of the lanes that it aims at. I think it has the potential to have that Interstellar feel. Interstellar, probably my favorite movie of all time. It has that feeling. It has Craig Fraser, as a cinematographer. Lord and Miller haven't missed with any of their movies. Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite actors, and I think he can make the humor in the book that's it's sarcastic, but it's also a little bit like dad humor. I think he can bring a lot of charm. I think some actors would make that sound very cringy, but I think him delivering the lines will be perfect. And I just think that Andy Weir's novels translate really well to movies. The Martian was great. And I have no doubt that this will also translate well because people say that this is better than The Martian. I think this story is better than The Martian. Yeah.
So that's when I heard that because this is another one that I know Lord and Miller have been they've been attached to this movie for quite a long time. Probably when did the book come out? Do you know what year it came out?
Ooh, I don't know.
You don't
2013?
know? I think literally since maybe a year after they were the first ones that optioned it, and Lord and Miller have been attached for over 10 years for this movie. So this is one of those movies where a lot of times in movie making, people will get attached to things in development for years and years, and they'll just kind of go by the wayside. They stuck by this movie throughout all of that. So that's why I'm really excited for it. Lord and Miller, I do agree. They don't miss when it comes to film. And I think this movie is also just made for you, on the fact that you're such a huge Gosling guy, you love sci-fi. Lord and Miller have done some great movies that you adore.
No, they made it for me.
Yeah, this movie is made for you. And I was wrong before because I said Immortal Man was probably going to be the best movie of the first quarter of the year. This is going to be the best movie of the first quarter. Comes out the same day. I'm very excited to see this movie. Another Sandra Hüller. She's also going to be in this. So I'm excited to see kind of what this movie represents for the year. So your number 1, you said you have The Bride.
The Bride.
It's not on either of our lists, so let's talk about The Bride.
Ready? Hear this cast. Jessie Buckley leading as the Bride of Frankenstein. Christian Bale, Jake Gyllenhaal, Peter Skarsgård, Penelope Cruz, Annette Bening.
Great cast.
All directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's gonna be amazing. Jessie Buckley is going to win the Oscar for Hamnet, and then she's gonna come back and she's gonna get another nom for this film. I'm telling you right now. Back-to-back wins potentially, but I'm really hyped for it. I've been a Jessie Buckley fan for a little while, and I'm just really happy that she's now becoming a lead name from Hamnet. And then I think that this being the following up film that comes out after all of the hype and award season, even if it's not the most brilliant film, I think her performance is going to be wild, and I can't wait. I also really love Maggie's directing style, and this is something that I really wouldn't expect her to do right now, which makes me even more excited because I'm just interested to see what she does. I mean, the Frankenstein thing is like very big right now. I felt like we did like an Elvis, like 2 years of Elvis, and now it's like Frankenstein.
Basically the same person.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. Jacob Elordi's in both, so it's
That's
fine.
true.
It's true.
Holy shit, that's true.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. Do you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, so I, similar to you, The Lost Daughter, I really love that movie. We've had
Mhm.
conversations about it. It's I actually think I would argue if Maggie had more, and this is what The Bride could do for her, hopefully. Maggie, you could argue, should have a similar thing with Greta, where like she should be getting a lot of bigger sort of opportunities because I think she's such a terrific director. And again, both of them having that style of kind of coming from on screen and being able to apply that to the behind the camera sort of work. Bale and Buckley together, is one of my favorite pairings of the entire year. The reason it didn't make my list is because I didn't love the trailer, and I put that in our group chat when I saw it. I was nervous about the tone and kind of how they're going to handle it, but I think it's just a bad trailer. Genuinely, I think the movie's going to be good, but it gave me hesitancy, so that's why it didn't make my list. But I am still really excited to see it, and I'm excited to cover it on the channel.
The Bride exclamation.
The Bride exclamation. The Odyssey is my number 1. It's your number 2, and it was not on your list, or was it?
My number 3.
Your number 3. Okay.
There we go.
All
DJ,
top 3.
Take it away.
Well, I saw the prologue. I think I'm the only one that's seen the prologue in here. Correct?
Yeah, I
haven't seen it.
Holy shit. This movie looks unbelievable in terms of just the scale of what they're doing. The cast is one of the craziest casts ever assembled in any movie ever. And I do think that Nolan has now reached this point where literally anyone will move mountains to work with this man.
Yeah.
Matt Damon talked about it when they did... I think it was Oppenheimer, when he told his wife, he's like, I'm going to go on a break from acting unless Christopher Nolan calls me. And Nolan called, and he got the role in Oppenheimer to now lead as Odysseus in the Odyssey, which again, shout out my boy Matt Damon. I fucking love this dude, and I want him to be in so many more things, because even in movies that I've seen of his that I think suck, he's good in them. He's just such a good, reliable, solid actor. But this cast, I mean, guys, Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, Tom Holland, Lupita Nyong'o, Charlize Theron, Mia Goth, Benny Safdie, John Bernthal, Elliot Page, John Leguizamo, Giovanna Depo. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Like, the amount of talent that we're going to see in this movie is tremendous. And the fact that I've now seen 5 minutes of the movie, I can confirm that it looks as good as it sounds from the beginning. And a lot of things, a majority of this movie is practical, which is unbelievable. So this is the one, man. This is the one. This is my one. I'm excited for this, coming off of Oppenheimer, which again, just that in and of itself, a $900 million grossing movie about a nuclear physicist is like one of the most remarkable achievements ever. And shout out Barbenheimer for bringing back movies. But yeah, so I'm really excited for this movie. I'm going to go to the city and see it in 70 millimeter.
Do it.
And I can't wait. Liz, Mark, why are you guys excited for this movie?
I feel the same way. I mean, this cast is wild. I think the moment that it was announced, everybody's just kind of been like, well, it's going to be the film of the year. And honestly, it's going to be theirs to lose, like every award essentially then. I hope it's as good as we want it to be. I hope it is. I hope it doesn't let down, and I hope that it's not like, I don't know. I hope we're not hyping it up too much.
The problem, Liz, is that we don't have a runtime yet.
I know, because this thing's going to be 4.5 hours. I'm telling you.
4 more hours.
This thing's going to be at least minimum 3 hours.
I think
it's going to be up 3.5.
I think it's good. I think it might. I don't know. There's a lot of story to tell with the Odyssey. I was going to say maybe 2:45. but that's that.
It's gonna
Nah.
be in the threes.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be in the threes. You're probably right.
Because they have a lot of story, and you know that they're not gonna have a fast-paced tone to this movie. They're gonna be, look at the dirt, look at the sand, look at the water.
Oh man, Mark, why are you so excited for the Odyssey as well, being your number 3?
Yeah, there's more reasons why not there's no reason not to be excited.
Yeah.
I mean, this just feels like the easiest layup in like the history of cinema. It's just like an incredible cast of the best working actors, the best director and writer on earth, unlimited budget, practical, all shot on IMAX film. And it's one of the greatest stories ever told.
Yeah, one of
it's
the most epic stories.
Yeah, it's literally the encapsulation of human creation, just like happening in 2026. And I don't say that lightly. It's just like the modern retelling of a mythological masterpiece.
Mhm.
And I just don't see how Nolan could fumble that. If, like you said, he can write a 3-hour movie about a nuclear scientist and make it extremely entertaining and fast paced, like how could he not do that with this epic with monsters and against nature and then human versus human conflict? Like it has everything, and it's just whether or not it's your favorite movie of all time. It's like you're going in and you're gonna be like, okay, this is either the best movie I've ever seen or bust.
Yeah, I mean, I was so impressed with the 5 minutes that I saw of it. I was just like, oh, I'm so excited to see this when it comes out. But yeah, I mean, guys, there's a lot of good movies coming out this year.
Woo.
I feel like
So
between
many
the 3
good
lists, we
movies.
had like
that was a good amount.
we got like probably like 27
Mhm.
different movies.
Very diverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very diverse. A lot of great things. I will say this: 2026 is the first year in a very long time that I feel like there is something for literally everybody.
Mhm.
For any movie fan, for anybody that likes storytelling, whether you like different genres, whether you like horror, you like action, you like drama, you like animation, you like comedy, you like female-led stories, anything that you want to see, this year's going to have it for you, and we're going to try our best to cover as much of it as possible this year. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our conversation about our top 10 most anticipated movies for 2026. Like I said at the top of this, if you guys have stuck around this long, thank you for doing so. And let us know in the comments, what is your guys' top 10 list? Some of your honorable mentions, movies that you guys are really excited for when it comes to 2026. You guys can follow us on social media if you don't already. All that stuff is below me in the video. It's also in our YouTube description. This is just the beginning of a very exciting and hopeful year in 2026 here at Culture Wave. We got a lot of cool stuff coming for you guys this year, and hopefully you guys can tune into all that. So thank you guys for watching, and just signing off, I'm Darian Scalamoni.
I'm Liz Seiko.
And I'm Mark Jacobino.
And we'll see you guys next time.
This is The Culture.